Hello everyone. This is the pre-market report video for today, 18th July 2023 in the Indian stock market in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. Yesterday, early morning, before the Indian market opening, Chinese government released lot of their macroeconomic data. In that, today we will discuss about the two Q2 GDP and June month retail sales data. The Q2 GDP growth rate comes as 6.3% against expectation of 7.3%. Similarly, the retail sales data for June month comes as 3.1% increase against expectation of 3.2%. Here, both of them were on year-on-year basis. As we see, both the data was below the expectation, which in turn made all the Asian market down, and it also affected all the European market. Since most of the countries in Europe, they export a lot to China, especially Germany, and also most of the index heavyweight stock in Europe, including UK, was oil company like Shell, BP, etc. Obviously, if Chinese economy did not do great, then there will be less demand for oil. Thus, oil price slides another more than 1.5% on top of 2% down on last Friday. At the time of this video, WTI crude oil is trading around $74 per barrel, whereas Brent crude oil is trading at $78.5 per barrel. This commodity price weakness and with not so good Chinese macro made all the Asian market and European market to close negative. However, Indian market was odd man out. Nifty opened gap up of near 50 points, but within next 15 minutes, negative global market pushed it down to negative. Still, after 9:30, Nifty had a one-way upward rally and it was mainly supported by Reliance and HDFC Bank. If required, please pause it and have a look. This is the HDFC Bank earnings preview, what we discussed yesterday morning. Now, I added the actual quarter results along with it. In that, though the net interest income comes below the expectation, the net interest margin and the net profit increased over the expectation. This in turn made all the banking stocks very positive yesterday in the second half. Out of 13 major sectors, realty closed negative to flat and auto closed 0.3% negative. All other sectors ended the day in green. Auto was negative because Society of Automobile Manufacturers (SAIM) released the report that the automobile export to Middle East and Africa from India decreased 28% in the June quarter. Regarding institutional activity, it's not much. FII net bought for just 73 crore rupees and DII2 net bought for just 64 crore rupees. Overall, it's good. The advanced decline ratio was around 1.3, which means 30% number of stocks increased compared to the decline one. Then, after the Indian market, all three US major index opened flat and there was no major economy impacting data release. So, all the stocks traded based on their fundamentals and their result expectations. For example, other three big banks, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, whose earnings are scheduled to release tonight and tomorrow, created the short covering which in turn pushed the banking stocks higher. In case of IT, there was a private report stating that AI will grow by 13 to 15%. Thus, it pushed all the AI related stocks including the index heavyweight, Apple and Nvidia. However, all the energy stocks were down. Ford dropped over 5% as it reduced one of their model price by $10,000. Finally, an interesting fact, Paramount Global stock lost over 3% as the film Mission Impossible made only $56 million in the US box office in the last weekend against expectation of $60 million. But still, in the end, all three US major index managed to close positive. Dow Jones increased 0.22%, S&P 500 up by 0.39%, whereas Nasdaq increased 0.93% and still VIX was around 13.5. Regarding Indian ADR, it's more positive than the Indian market. For example, Infosys closed flat in India, whereas in US it increased by near 1%. Similarly, in Indian market, HDFC Bank only increased by 2%, whereas in US ADR it increased over 4%. So, we might see some more positivity today. About GIFT Nifty at 3 am Indian Standard Time, it closed at 19,719. Equating it to our spot market, it's kind of indicating 30 to 50 points gap up opening. So that's all about the global market. Now let's move to the India specific information. First, about Reliance, in the aftermarket hours, NSE made the announcement that with effect from July 20th, Jio Financial Services will be included in 19 different NSE indices such as Nifty 50, Nifty 100, 200, 500 and Nifty Commodities. This is huge positive for Reliance since it will make additional fund inflow into the Reliance stocks. Second, in the aftermarket hours, L&T Mindtree released their earnings results. Regarding that, their revenue was more of a constant. However, their profit increased sequentially by 3.4%, mainly supported by other income. Result-wise, it's positive. Let's see how market is reacting to it. Third, today, IndusInd Bank will be releasing their earnings results. At present, the profit expectation is at 29% increase year-on-year basis. Net interest income expectation is to increase 18%, whereas the net interest margin expects to be stable at 4%. As a summary, global momentum was mildly deteriorated since the bad Chinese GDP data. However, US market closed positive, Indian ADR indicating the further upside potential and GIFT Nifty indicating a 40 to 50 points gap up opening. So, let's see whether Nifty scales another new high or not. About the things to look out, IndusInd Bank, ICICI Lombard General Insurance, ICICI Prudential Life Insurance, L&T Tech and Network 18 are some of the major Indian companies' earnings results are scheduled to release today. In terms of macro, there is nothing that I am aware of for both before and during our market hours. However, in the aftermarket hours, US retail sales data is due to release. Coming to technical, Nifty forms a relatively long green candle with short upper shadow and medium lower shadow, which indicates for the second consecutive day, sellers tried to take control of the market but buyers didn't allow it, they were very aggressive. Thus, on the daily chart, Nifty made a sharp upside breakout with a higher high and higher low formation. And also, this lack of sharp selling in recent higher lows, which reflects the further strength of upside momentum in the market. Anyway, the daily Bollinger Bands have begun to expand, also indicating an expansion of range, and the RSI is showing a bullish crossover. So basically, everything suggests the further upward movement. So in those cases, we have to be extra careful for consolidation. Now 19,500 will be the crucial level. Below that might trigger the trend reversal, and as long as it's above 19,500, we can expect it to reach 19,800. In terms of Bank Nifty, finally after 6 red candle, it had a breakout from a falling channel indicating that the consolidation phase is over and it is likely to witness a sharp surge over the next few trading sessions. On the upside, we expect it to target levels of 46,500 in the short term. Crucial level on the downside is placed at 44,700. Then from options engine open interest, huge number of huge new put option open interest added between 19,550 to 19,700 and 19,600 got the new maximum nearby new put options. So 19,600 is the crucial support to look out for. Then regarding overall options open interest data, 19,600 and 19,700 got the significant short straddle and the maximum nearby call option is at 20,000 followed by 19,800. So 19,800 is the immediate resistance and 20,000 is the strong resistance. Then coming to Bank Nifty, based on overall options open interest data, significant short straddle were present at 45,000 and the next maximum put option is at 44,700. So 44,700 becomes the immediate support. Then the maximum call option open interest after 45,500 is at 46,000. Thus 46,000 is the resistance to break. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video so it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment based on this as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing this for my and viewers' educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.